From the cheapest to the most expensive, today we're tasting every frozen burger in America. With so many options to choose from, picking the right burger has always felt like a gamble.
That tastes like cardboard that was soaked in dirty water.
But today that changes as we find out which burger is king of the frozen food section. Starting off with Flanders homestyle patties. See what's in this thing? We have beef, water, beef hearts, textured soy flour, and seasoning. One thing I've never added to a burger is a beef heart. This one should be interesting. At just 81 cents a burger, we're starting with the cheapest. Not gonna lie, this kinda looks like cardboard. But as the video progresses, the burger prices will get more expensive until we finally reach the most expensive frozen burger in America. Searing our Flanders burger according to the package, and we're keeping each burger today as consistent as possible when it comes to cooking method and seasoning. Each burger today will be served very simply on the exact same bun with just ketchup as the topping to make sure we can really taste the burger. Hope you guys are hungry. It's time for burger number 1.
I'm starving.
Oh, we are not starting off hot. The aftertaste is like cardboard.
It's almost like salty cornmeal or something.
It doesn't taste like beef.
Well, I can tell you one thing that's in there. It's beef hearts.
Oh, God.
Time for the scores. For an average of 1.66, not a strong start. This is one I'm extremely excited about. We have the one and only White Castle. Okay, for the burger element, at least for this one, it's just beef, water, onion, salt, and pepper. No beef heart here. I mean, this right here might just be the thinnest burger patty in the entire world. I hope this thing miraculously transforms into a bigger, better burger once it's cooked, because this is pretty pitiful.
You don't even have to tell me what this one is. I think we all know.
Very little meat in there. It's not good though.
I think the onions are a really nice touch. It gives it a really unique flavor, and it all just mashes together.
I get one flavor from this, and it's a knish.
Yes.
I love knishes. I love the flavor of this, but then when I think about burger, I'm like, this is not a burger.
We're making improvements, but still not great. We've officially arrived in dangerous territory. We have our first vegan burger. See what we got in here? We got cooked black beans, cooked brown rice, expeller pressed canola oil, red peppers, onions, wheat, corn, cumin, potato flakes, peppers, and black pepper. That sounds healthy. Kind of smells like a latke and definitely looks like it's already been cooked. I bet my life that this thing is gonna be mushy. That cross section don't look right. You guys are gonna love this one.
Something is fishy in there. That's a veggie burger.
That's mushy city.
It's seasoned very well.
I hate to say it, I really like it.
That man's an imposter.
The flavor is amazing. The texture is extremely mushy.
For a veggie burger, like, it's not terrible.
Great Scott.
I think we can all agree though, it does not compare to a regular beef patty. Dude, this was made out of beans.
And it was damn good.
Let's move on. Next up, Bradshaw Ranch with their $1.37 quarter-pound patties. I mean, based on how excited this guy looks, these are gonna be some phenomenal burgers. They have these weird, almost like tenderizer holes in them, though I will say they finally seem to be a suitable thickness. And finally, we have a burger that looks like a real burger. At least visually, this is the first one that actually looks kinda juicy. Also guys, you might have noticed something's up with my middle finger here. I dropped a massive rib roast on it this morning, so I got one thing to say to that rib roast. Showed him.
So spongy.
It definitely looks very juicy, but it's like fake juicy.
It's waterlogged.
Obviously more beef than the last two, but the flavor's not really beefy to me.
If someone served me this, I would eat it though.
I would definitely choose that veggie burger over this one.
That's crazy.
I actually would.
Next up, we got Red Hat Ranch with their all beef burgers. I had such a hard time finding the ingredients because it is such a small portion of the box. Literally the only ingredient is beef. And believe it or not, it's the first one we've cooked today that can say that. See what we got. Oh, the bag was already open. That does not seem like a good sign. Not what you want to see when it comes to a food product. Oh yeah, that is definitely rotten. That is an immediate lost point for Red Hat Ranch, but we'll buy one more box to give them another shot. Time to give them one more try. Please don't be rotten. Oh, I will say it looks a lot better. I think we're okay. It has the look of a normal frozen burger, and I'm just hoping the rotten first one was just a fluke. I mean, it looks very juicy. Oh.
It tastes like ammonia or something.
That is horrific. We really gave them the opportunity to bounce back after the first one. It's completely rotten. I don't even think we need to show our scores. That's a -10. Let's move on. We've crossed over $1.50 a burger with Cedar Canyon. And these are some extremely wide and perfectly circular patties. Not the most natural look, but the ingredients are 100% pure beef, so hopes are high.
I don't hate it.
I feel like I'm back in middle school. A fast food, middle school, lunch cafeteria burger. I don't like it though.
Doesn't taste like a ground beef burger.
Doesn't taste like fresh beef at all. Pretty consistent all around, not our favorite.
Yo, Kyle, how many burgers we got left?
Oh, like 15.
Sheesh! Next up, Wellesley Farms seasoned beef patties. They look like they have a pretty good size, though they do have a laundry list of ingredients, including encapsulated salt, soybean oil, hydrolyzed corn protein, among other things. Look at the width of this burger. That is a burger that can fill out a bun. It kind of tastes like sausage.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Right?
It's a little sweet. It's a little too sausagey. I wouldn't think that this is a burger. I don't like it.
I just think it's weird that it tastes like a sausage instead of a beef burger. She's our Simon Cowell.
She's a tough critic out here in the burger game. Next up, Philly Gourmet, and if the burger looks anything like the one on the package, we are in for a treat. This one is also 100% beef, and it has a nice red color. They actually seem pretty fresh. However, I did my research, and there's a decent amount of negative reviews online about this brand, so we'll see.
Burger, burger.
Burger, 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 burger. Burger time.
It's burger
freaking
time.
Burger time, baby.
This tastes the most like a real burger.
It's the first time today I can confidently say it tastes like beef.
I do appreciate that this actually tastes like a freaking burger.
If you brought this to a barbecue, I'd say most people would be happy. I think this is our first average above a 5. And the crazy thing is, this is only like 10 cents more expensive than the last couple, but the quality is just way better. It's time for Holton's Chop House steak burgers. So the color on these definitely look a bit more oxidized than some of the other ones, but they are some thick boys. Easily the biggest burger we've cooked today. They also claim to be made out of certified Angus beef, so should be pretty good. This one is thick.
Looks good.
So thick.
Real thick. Wow.
It's a great burger.
It's a great burger.
I would be happy if someone just made this and I thought they were making it from fresh ground beef. Really good.
It is super juicy. Like, this is the first time I think I'm genuinely enjoying these bites. I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
I already finished mine.
It's a little dense. Like, I love the burger, but it's not really beefy.
We're literally talking 10 cents more than the previous burger. Night and day difference in terms of quality. Clearly, we're in a whole different ballpark with this one. This next one is a big one. We have Sam's Club Angus beef patties. Really nice red color. They appear super fresh. Its shape also held up pretty well through the cooking process, so let's see how it tastes. This is a big burger.
The heavy hitters are coming out right now. That's a good burger.
Flavor is fantastic.
I think that the beefy flavor on this one is better than the previous.
Yes.
But the texture on the other one was a little bit better.
That is a perfect description of what's going on here.
I love this one.
We gotta leave room for the rest of the contenders here, Kyle.
Yeah, there's 10.
Another big supermarket brand, we have the Publix all beef burger. We got a little bit of ice on the patty, which probably isn't a great sign, so let's see. I'm getting real full, and we still have a lot of burgers left. The problem is I'm eating a full quarter of a burger every time, so I've had like close to 2 full burgers.
Texture's great. It's meaty, but it's not beefy.
Flavor's a little weird, a little funky.
It's almost like dry aged.
Jinx, buy me a Coke.
I think it's a great burger still.
If the patty doesn't fill up the whole bun, it's just a mediocre burger.
Size doesn't matter.
That's what she said.
Personality of the burger is 10 times more important than size.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore. That is the tightest margin of rating.
Yeah.
0.25 across, damn.
Next up, Kirkland, AKA Costco's grass-fed patties. We've officially reached $2 a burger, which is kind of surprising because I've always thought Costco was a really low-priced option. So at this slightly higher price, it better be good. I don't know about you guys, but I am loving this one.
I love the texture. The size is much better. Similar to the Publix one, it's lacking beefiness, but it's a good burger.
I think the beefiness is good.
It's a little chewy, but all things considered, size, flavor, this is gonna be up there for me.
Yours is upside down.
Next up, Miami beef. Made with 100% pure beef, but what I'm most excited about is the name of this brand, Miami Beef. That is where we're located right now, so I'm hoping it's good. Not the best color to it, and it appears to be stamped out, almost like it was squeezed through a tube. But of course, what matters most is how it tastes.
Thickness on this
So it's
thing.
actually like dripping. Too soft.
I love it.
I hate it.
I'm with Max, I do not like that. I actually think the flavor isn't bad. It is a mushy, disgusting meatball.
It's light, it's fluffy, it's beefy, it's juicy. It's beefy, it's fluffy, it's juicy, it's juicy, it's juicy.
It's so much worse than the last, like, 5.
See, that's fair. I honestly would have preferred that first veggie burger to this.
No.
And that's what my score reflects.
This one is super unique. Next up, we have the Donley Farm Flame Grilled Angus Beef Patty. As you can see, it's flame grilled and fully cooked. And this one's kind of interesting. It says it's Angus choice, which should be high quality, but it's also fully cooked and then frozen. Kind of weird. They're faint, but there are actually some grill marks on there. Since it's pre-cooked, I really hope it isn't super dry, but I mean, visually, the burger looks very dense.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It kind of tastes like a veggie burger.
That's bad.
Kind of like a meatball.
Too
But
dense.
it's so dense.
I think it has pretty decent flavor, but I can't get by the fact that I feel like I'm not eating a real burger.
It's also expensive. This is like over $2 per patty.
What?
That is excessive.
I would never put that in my mouth again.
It is about to get real. Next up, we have the Beyond Plant-Based Patty. Okay, this one is very weird. For one, the burgers are extremely thick, not very wide, but also it came in like this just open plastic bag. Zero sealing, just an open bag. Like, what's up with that?
What's the deal with airplane food?
Oh. So I know this is fake meat and all, but I can't lie, the crust on this Beyond Burger is fantastic. Now I know this is a meat channel, but I want to give this burger a fair shot, so we're gonna taste this thing with an open mind. Okay guys, just as a precaution, just to be safe, you know? Shut. Oh, shut.
I can't keep it in my mouth.
Every one of the Beyond products has the same flavor. It's just so bad.
That tastes like cardboard that was soaked in dirty water, and maybe you add a little bit of pureed mushrooms to it. I actually really liked the other veggie burger. I think when you do black bean, quinoa, real ingredients, they can taste good.
So just manufactured.
Either eat meat or eat vegetable alternatives. Don't eat the fake stuff. We don't even need to score it. It's below 0. Moving on. So I know I said this was a burger video, but today we have one exception. This is not burger. So there's no beef in here, but it is a good source of copper, in case anybody's looking for some more copper in their diet. It kind of looks like the Beyond Burger when raw, but it is pretty small and doesn't take up too much of the bun. Perhaps the taste will make up for it. It smells sus. Oh.
I think this is quite the competition right now for who makes the worst tasting fake meat burger.
I think it's work. It's a stronger, dirty cardboard flavor.
All that processed stuff in your body, that cannot be good for you.
Not burger, not good. I think this is a -5. I think this is the worst one of the day. Be gone! Let's move on. And it is time for what I consider to be by far the most important burger of the day. We got the Bubba's. When the thought of a frozen burger comes to mind, Bubba is #1 for me. Growing up, these were considered the most premium of the premium burgers at backyard barbecues, and we're trying the original as well as the Angus. Made with USDA choice chuck, it should be some quality ground beef. I haven't had one of these since I was a kid, so I have no idea how they actually compare, but today we find out. This is really good.
It's thick, it's juicy, it's beefy.
There's really no negatives there. Probably the best one I've eaten today.
From the shape of it, to the thickness, to the juiciness, the mouthfeel, texture, flavor, like it's definitely not as good as a fresh burger, but in terms of frozen, I'm really struggling to find a negative. Some very, very high scores. There's a reason the Bubba brand is so strong. Next, we'll try the Angus version of the Bubba. Honestly, I'd be surprised if we can actually taste a difference. It's not huge though. It doesn't take up the entire bun.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Sophia?
I'm not happy about that.
I like this one a lot. I really can't find a negative. I think it's a great burger. Not as good as a really fresh burger.
I love that burger. It has like a deep, meaty flavor.
Keep in mind, guys, like, yes, these Bubba burgers are definitely tasty, but this is almost a $3.25 burger. Slightly beating out the last, I mean, that right there may have been our winner. We tried Beyond, now it's time for Impossible Plant-Based. At nearly $4 a patty, honestly, I think it's impossible we end up liking this. I mean, I will say this is the least bad smelling fake burger that we've had today, but to be fair, that's not saying much. I just remembered I actually tried this once when Burger King was selling the Impossible Big Mac. Maybe it was the novelty, but I actually don't remember hating it, so let's see. Nearly $4 a burger on this one.
That's more expensive than if you were to make it yourself. One, it sucks. Two, it doesn't suck as much as the other fake meat ones we've had.
Yes.
Most certainly not good. I don't think anybody would say this is enjoyable to eat. However, compared to Not Burger and compared to Beyond, this is like the holy grail Wagyu A5 burger.
100%.
I used to always group Beyond and Impossible in the same category,
Yeah.
but this confirms that they're completely different. A massive improvement from Beyond Meat. Believe it or not, each one of these burgers is $5 a piece. That is crazy for a frozen burger. This is Force of Nature bison and beef patties made with a combo of 100% grass-fed bison and beef. I mean, talk about some beautiful, massive looking burgers, but it only comes with 2 per package. Look at that burger. That is a beautiful looking burger. Nutritionally, this one is significantly better for you than what we've had so far today. So that's something to keep in mind, assuming they taste decent. Fantastic size on this one. Almost gamey, but not in a bad way. Significantly more meaty.
It almost tastes creamy, like there's butter in there. It's just mediocre.
The flavor, a 10. The texture, it's slightly dense and spongy for me. Slightly thicker patties for frozen helps you cook it longer and get that good crust, which Bubba's did a really good job of. You got some good tasting burgers, my man.
You do too, brother.
How much was that one?
$5 a burger. For the price, if you're just looking at flavor, it's probably not the right choice. But all things considered, I think it's a very premium burger. We have made it to what is quite likely the most premium frozen burger in the entire world. This is the Alpine Butcher Bone Marrow Wagyu Burger. It has a variety of Wagyu cuts in there, along with a bunch of bone marrow for even more richness and flavor. Given the price, this one better absolutely knock our socks off. There is just so much fat rendering out of this burger. I can actually baste it in its own bone marrow and Wagyu fat. It almost feels like a sin putting ketchup on this, but at $20 a patty, this better be the best tasting burger in the world. That is juicy. Well guys, we've made it to the final burger. Oh my, look how juicy. Wow. This is next level.
It's so juicy, so flavorful.
What's going on here?
For one, this is over $20 per patty. There's Australian Wagyu in here, there's Wagyu A5 in here, there's bone marrow for additional richness. I mean, frozen or not, this is one of the most incredible burgers I've ever had in my life.
It's not one of, it is the best burger I've ever eaten in my life. You guys all know how I feel about overly rich Wagyu. In a burger form, it perfectly renders out and it builds the most incredible crust on the outside.
Is it worth the $21 price tag for a singular burger?
I feel like I'm not having a burger too often. And for those special times that I do, I would want it to be like this.
If you eat a burger like once a month, once every 2 months, then it is definitely worth the price. I think it goes without saying, this one was a 10 across the board. Well, there it is, guys. These are the final rankings. As you can see, there's some great options at different price points, so next time you're shopping in the freezer section, hopefully this video is helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yo, my burger. That's the Hamburglar.